Got the ball?
I got the ball. So I'm gonna sit. What's this here? Oh.
Hi.
My name is Vincent Wilson, and they used to call me Smash, but nowadays they call me Smush and Smashed Potatoes, all sorts of insulting stuff. But yeah, back in the day I had this big overhand smash to the left corner, and it was pretty impressive. It used to roll out, used to kill it. That was years ago. That was like 25 years ago.
So Vincent, can you please tell about your mechanics when you were smashing it? Like, what was your thinking? How was your hand moving?
Yeah, so in like tennis, when the tennis players, they serve the ball, they go up. I can't do it right now, but they go up almost on their toes, and they hit like a smash shot on the serve. And I used to do the same thing. I used to go up, and go that way. That corner over there. It was good. It was powerful, but not anymore.
Can you please tell us about your training routine?
Oh, the training routine. Well, every handball player, if they want to become like pro, they can't just play handball and expect to be the best. Playing handball all the time is a foundation thing to do, but they have to do other things, you know, like some sit-ups, some push-ups. They have to do some athletic things, and they got to do real training like a real pro athlete. Maybe some weights, jogging, some running, some sprints. So all those different things is necessary to go to the next level. I remember when I couldn't hit it as hard as some of the B players, so I started doing some strength training, and boy, it made a dramatic difference. It went up to like a 30% increase in strength. When I practiced running, jogging, sprinting, I got a 20-30% increase in my running speed. So you have to do other things besides play handball. And like I told you before, you can't play always a hard game. Sometimes you have to play a soft game, play around, have fun. Have fun with the sport, because people got into it because it was fun and enjoyable and social. And besides, it's also aggressive. You get to compete, and you get these immediate results that how could I say it? It's like an immediate satisfaction, you know, from, let's say, dominating or getting a great shot. People in the crowd, the audience, you know, like in the sports. So it's good. You end up loving the game.
So when you train, how did you practice your shots?
Okay. So first I would do some warm-up, some stretching. You know, just some basic stretching. You know, you stretch, go your feet apart, splits. What is that? The basic stuff like from the military. The stretching, you gotta stretch your calves. Go stretch your, not even sure, what is that, the hamstrings, these guys. Stretch a bit, right? Again, all this you should do. Stretch everything. Stretch the calves. Stretch down. You know, try to do splits. The runners, they put one leg behind them. This on the floor, when they're on the floor, I don't want to do that right now. So you stretch first. Then you just hit the ball around a little bit for a few minutes, just to warm up. You do both hands. You can't just practice one hand. Do both hands. hitting the ball around for a few minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. Then you start hitting the ball harder, harder and harder. I'm not sure if I can do it now because I haven't been training. So you keep going, it gets better and better, and then, so you're nice and warmed up. That's all just warm up. Come back, and you start practicing your kill shots. You gotta practice with one hand. Until it becomes kill, 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 like a machine. But not doing it quite right. Then you practice with the other hand. Whatever you practice with your strong hand, you have to practice nearly twice as much with your weak hand. You have to get that weak hand almost as strong as your strong hand. And when they pick on your weak hand, it's not that weak, and they're surprised. So you keep practicing. Another thing is the footwork. It's like a dance. So that's right hand, left hand, you keep going. So I used to do like 10 kills on the right hand, then 20 kills on the weak hand. So I can't do that now, it's gonna take forever. You see my mechanics are a little poor. It's because you need to stretch. Right? Right, stretch. You stretch everything. You stretch your arm back. You're supposed to hold for a good 20-30 seconds. You gotta hold it. I'm just doing it for 2-3 seconds. You gotta hold it for, more. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. As you're learning how to do what's called a natural left, because one of the warm-ups I didn't show you, you gotta throw the ball against the wall, just like a pitcher. The pitcher kicks his leg up, goes like this, and you have to see how it plants. See how it plants, and then you see your hips have to rotate to generate whipping power, right? So, but it's like a slingshot. It pivots the waist, forking the whole upper body. This is pivoting from back here all the way forward, and it's getting just if you get picture books for baseball, it shows you all the baseball mechanics, which is the same. So and then as you keep going, it's going to go faster. You're going to will it. You're going to will it to go faster and faster, and it will happen. But it takes time. It takes weeks, months, years. the left, the mechanics is less. But not bad. I couldn't do this before. When I was your age, I couldn't do this. I had to train myself. That motion was completely altered. And you see, I'm bending the arm. It is not stiff arm. I'm bending and throwing. The wrist gives you the extra 20-30%. So, you throw the ball as hard as you can, like a fastball. Let's see if I can do it. Hurts because I'm older. So you gotta throw it harder and harder, and your arm will be able to sustain it after a while. In the beginning, it's gonna hurt. So you did that, did this, did the kills, and the kill will come over here. Now, lifeguard Ed, how much battery you have left?
I pause it so when it dies, it dies.
Okay. So anyway, lifeguard Ed, he says don't let the ball hit on the ground. He says you try to kill from the air. Try those kills. So I don't like that. I'm not used to it. I do it like this. I do it like this. You understand? It's going on the button. That exercise. Right. So then the other exercise is you go through a wall. And then you start trying to hit kill shots. I'm rusty. But after a while, it's going to be like a box of like that.
Hang with the homies and learn to kick it until we die. Both players, you wonder why? Now,
because I'm out of practice. But you'll see, 6 months from now, see what I mean in 6 months.
Yes, sir.
We'll redo this. We'll redo this in 6 months. But so that's still. Right? Then you go high. That was low. And you try to do the same thing high. Try to keep it off the ground. You see it? Keep doing that for 5 to 10 minutes. As you go harder and harder, you're going to get winded that's part of the aerobic training. You keep going, it's like bam, 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 bam. And it's gonna tire you out fast. Eventually, you're gonna go longer and longer. It's all part of the development process. So that's arms. I mentioned you should do push-ups. You should do sit-ups. You should do pull-ups. All part of the training for this. Then you should jog about 3 miles. Do some sprints in there. As fast as you can. You do a sprint for like 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you slow down back to the jog. Keep jogging. You're jogging. And you start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you slow down again. You keep jogging. You do that, man, your speed just goes, and you start doing some superhuman things. The other thing is the thing that I showed you before, right, called suicide. You touch, and then you run over, touch. You run over, touch. Run over, touch. You do that 10 times, as fast as possible. That's 1 set. You got to do 3 sets of that. Everything is like strength training is like sets. So that's that, right? So you're also supposed to practice your serve, whatever serve you just do in the tournament. So I like, when I serve, I want to hit 4 corners. That corner, that corner, that corner, and that corner. If you really want to be serious, that's where you're gonna shoot for. Nowhere else. You don't want it. The worst thing you can do is put it right down the middle. Absolute worst thing you can do. You want to hit that corner. So you're aiming for it. I'm aiming for that corner right there. See, I missed. Where I hit over there is not there. I need practice. That's what it means. So, that's the overhand. That's an overhand serve. You get better with your overhand. You want to serve somewhere around here, because then you can drive it into the corners. I'm not sure if I can do it, but let me see.
That's a smashy?
Yeah. I'm not used to it. I have to jump, and I haven't been. Oh, that's another thing. You should skip rope. Right? Skip rope. Do all that stuff that the boxers do. Got it on this line. When I'm shooting for here, I'm way over there. I'm totally off. So what are the hand-eye coordination? Let me try to tag this side with my overhand serve. Again, I was close to the line. I didn't hit there. Gotta practice. So again, the 4 corners. Then is the underhand serve. One of the best underhand serves. There's so much to learn. When you hit the ball, sometimes you can hit the ball flat, right? You have more control, but it's not whipping the ball. The pitchers, when the pitchers throw the ball, they're throwing it like this. For a fastball, they're making that ball do like a highlight, right? So they're using those 2 fingers to get the fastest speed out of it. It's the same thing with us. When we hit it flat, you're not going to get the fastest speed. You get the extra when it rolls. So what you want to do is your footwork is a foundation. It's supposed to, in small ball, that's the serve. You gotta see that motion. Let me see. So small ball players, they do that motion. Big ball people do that, but that's the correct way to serve one of these hands so that you can get your full body moving already and plants, it turns your hips, right? So there's a whip serve to that corner. If you get that, or you could do a punch serve. You like to punch. Let me see. Oh, so again, I missed the punching. Let me see. Serve to that corner, you would ace me like 20 times. Just automatic. So you need somebody over there to practice with. Let me see if I can do it. Nope, can't do it. Oh, it's right there, the end of the handball court. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's the overhand. There's this guy. There's a trick serve that I have using my left. I like to do it down the line. And I'm trying to put that down the line. Low serve right to that corner. But the guy standing there, it's very hard for him to get that shot. So I hit it out. It's a trick serve. I never had that serve before. It just happened. And that's another thing. You're going to develop a superpower. Everybody develops some different power in this game. It's interesting. And that's why another reason I love it. You don't know what it's going to be. All of a sudden, it's there. You go, wow. And other people go, wow. Woo! How you do that? I don't know. And you start doing it. So let me try that serve again. Almost. I almost got it. So it's a down the line serve. So you could serve it right by the short line, or you could serve it deep. Right there. Yeah, so I'm trying to hit that corner over there. When it doesn't, it's my lack of training. It's my fault. And when I miss it, the C players are still gonna have a problem with the shot. The B players are going to return it hard. The A players, when you miss your serve to an A player, they're going to take that ball and destroy it. They're going to punish you for doing such a poor serve all the time. So don't give A players bad serves. It's a horrible thing to watch. It's abusive. So usually for A players, you gotta serve them kind of strong. And you do serve strong, actually. You do a punch serve, kind of strong. It just has to go out. So my usual serve before would have been a serve with my 10%. Okay, so when you're training, you gotta do some sit-ups. I haven't been doing sit-ups, been lazy, but I gotta do it. Sit-ups, push-ups. I saw a guy come over here. I think he was a Russian guy with tattoos. He came with his kids. You saw him? No. Anyway, he got up on these bars. How do you do that? Anyway, he got up on the bar, and then he went like this. You should do that. To train. Huh? Oh yeah? Nah. Yeah, so you do that as many times as you can. Burn it up. Next day, you do it again. Yeah. you start getting this strength that you never thought you had. Your girlfriend is going to appreciate that strength, new strength that you have. And then once you start doing 50 push-ups, you start doing 100 sit-ups, which I used to do. Stuff like that. This strength, this core strength, is going to make you feel powerful. It's going to make you aggressive. It's going to make you kind of want to fight or something. So you got to be careful with your newfound power and strength that you're going to have. That's all I'm going to say about that. You got to question me about what next you want to
ABC C2A, how do we get there, and the lobs and the kill shots, how do we, what do we practice like for...
You have to practice the kill shot in two situations. By yourself, you have to practice, I would say at least on the total time on the court, at the minimum 30% of the time you should be doing what you see this guy with the cap, what he's doing, he's practicing by himself. You got to do that. A lot of people say, no, you just play. No, you got to do what he's doing. Practice by yourself. Both hands, left hand, right hand. So the thing that you were talking about is a lob. You want to get that lob, so you practice. Hold up, wall. And you see I missed that lob. Why? I don't practice it, and I should. So you practice whatever you want to get better at. So you do it with one hand, you do it with the other. Now nice hard. Right, so what are you supposed to do with that lob? Okay, so